Let's go ahead and talk about the September 22nd, 2025 episode of Monday Night Raw. This is the aftermath of WrestlePalooza. So, yeah, let's go ahead and talk about Monday Night Raw. They were live in Evansville tonight. And, yeah, we get to the first segment of the night. And we did see a bunch of superstars arriving to the arena, like Bayley and LA Knight. And when LA Knight was arriving to the arena, we see Rusev arguing with Dominic Mysterio, had him backed up to a corner. So, yeah, that's what happened there. And then we get to the first segment of the night where we see the Undisputed WWE Champion, Cody Rhodes. He comes out there to the ring, and he starts talking about what happened at WrestlePalooza, and now he was talking about how at Crown Jewel, it will be Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins, one-on-one in a champion versus champion match for the Crown Jewel Championship. So yeah, that's what Cody Rhodes was saying there. But then he gets interrupted by the World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins, Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman, the Vision. Seth Rollins gets into the ring. Everyone else stands outside of the ring watching this go down. And then Seth starts talking to Cody Rhodes, talking about how they both walked out of SummerSlam as champion and everything. So that's what he was talking about there. And he was talking about their past and everything like that. So yeah, that's what Seth Rollins was talking to Cody Rhodes about. And Seth Rollins was also talking about how he wants to know what Cody Rhodes thinks of him. So yeah, that's what Seth Rollins was saying there. And then Cody Rhodes starts telling him that pretty much it is complicated and everything. So yeah, that's what Cody Rhodes was saying there about Seth Rollins, and talking about how Seth Rollins pretty much changed and all that stuff. And then they was talking about WrestleMania 40, where Cody was talking about how Seth helped him out at WrestleMania 40, so Cody Rhodes became the WWE champion and everything. That's what Cody was saying there. And then Seth was talking about how he points out the watch that Cody Rhodes gave him at WrestleMania 40, and he says that he never worn that watch up until tonight. So yeah, that's what he was saying there. And he just wanted to ask Cody those questions and everything, but then Cody Rhodes looks at him, and he says that he got a couple of questions for Seth, and he says that is he going to do this alone and face him one-on-one at Crown Jewel, and the other thing is, has Seth ever beat him in a one-on-one match? And then Seth looked pretty pissed off about that, and then Cody decides to leave out the ring, and then we see Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed standing in front of Cody, but then Seth tells him to step aside, and they do step aside, and Cody Rhodes leaves out. So yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty good segment, though, setting up their match for Crown Jewel against each other. Definitely can't wait for that one, because they always throw on some really great matches, and I know that their match at Crown Jewel is going to be another great one as well. But yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty good segment. But then after that segment, we see a backstage segment with Jimmy Uso walking up to Jey Uso, and Jimmy was talking about how he was trying to go talk to Adam Pearce about having a rematch against the Vision in a tag team match and everything, but he found out that Jey Uso got a match against LA Knight later on tonight, and Jey Uso was talking about how he does got a match against LA Knight and how he wants to deal with him and everything, and then Jimmy's trying to talk him out of it and all that stuff, but Jay would not get talked out of it, and he says that he got business with LA Knight, and he says that it's LA Knight's fault that why they couldn't win the match and everything, and he starts kind of blaming Jimmy for it as well. But, Jey Uso was pretty much saying that it's all LA Knight's fault, how he got to deal with them tonight. So yeah, that's what he tells Jimmy there. But yeah, that match is later on tonight. But up next, we're going to be seeing the War Raiders and Penta versus the New Day. Up next in a 6-man tag team no disqualification match. Up next on Raw. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Till then.